Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, 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 Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. So, Lalita, why don't you read us some Chaitanya Bhagavat? I don't have
Okay.
any inspiration today, man. I lost it yesterday for some reason. My heart feels
Oh,
gone.
oh, oh.
So you take over the show.
I'll take my glasses. Chaitanya Bhagavat. What exactly? You choose one you like. Lots of Guru Maharaj. You choose a chapter that you like.
How about how about chapter 6? And Majikanda, Majilila. I just took a stab at it. I have no idea what that chapter is.
Oh, you have no idea. Hmm.
It'll all be good. It's all good.
Summons, what does it mean in the title?
What does it say? Summons?
Yeah, Mahaprabhu summons Ajita Acharya.
Oh yeah, yeah. Summon means calls him.
Oh, that will be great then. Yeah, thank you. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Ajita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for allowing me doing this service. All glories to the moonlight, Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Chandra, the fully independent supreme person who is always engaged in eternal, eternal, transcendental pastimes. All glories to his eternally pure activities. He is the master. He is the master of the universe. The supreme controller of all controllers. And the direct manifestation of transcendence. Oh, glories. To all his intimate associates and dear devotees. Oh, glories to their ecstatic dancing. Oh, glories to Sri Gora Chandra, the life and soul of the universe. Please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. All glories to the all auspicious Vishwabara, the supreme benefactor of the universe. All glories to all the servants of Sri Gora Chandra, all glories to the life and soul of Sri Paramananda Puri and the dearmost object of Svarupa Damodara. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the beloved master of Sri Rupa. Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatana, Jagadisa, and Gopinatha. All glories to the Lord of Govinda, the doorkeeper. Please bless the entire universe by your merciful glance. In this way, with Lord Nityananda, Sri Gaura Chandra performed his pastimes of congregational chanting with the devotees. And now, Sankirtan. Now in the Madhyakanda, I will describe Advaita Acharya Prabhu's meeting with Gaura Chandra in the house of Srivas Pandita. One day, Lord Chaitanya, exhibiting the mood, the mood of the Supreme Lord, ordered the younger brother of Srivasa Pandita, Rabbi, go to Advaita Acharya's house and inform him of my appearance. Tell him that the person he has worshipped for so long, the person he wept for, the person he fasted for, that same Lord has now appeared. He has come to distribute knowledge of loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Thus, he must come immediately to join him. Also tell him about Nityananda Prabhu's arrival, but do it secretly and explain to him everything you have seen. Tell him.
You know, yeah, I really got to I really totally, I didn't understand before. I did, but I didn't. But I really understand before. I really understand now more why Lord Chaitanya kicked that milk drinker out of his friggin' kirtan. Because the way I feel, I don't ever want to see another fucking milk drinker, renunciate, Vaidhi Bhakta. Anybody who has faith in recycling, vegetarianism, veganism, I just don't ever want to see a motherfucker like that again in this place here. That's the way I feel. To be honest, 100 place, it people have faith in all of these things to deliver is the real reason why the Lord doesn't show himself to people in the world. because they have faith in something else other than transcendence
Yeah.
to deliver them. Well, you go recycle your ways and all the way back to Godhead and see how fucking long it takes you guys, everybody that has faith in that. See how many pious deeds that it takes to get what you got in this fucking Sangha here. I totally understand. Like, get that fucking milk drinker out of this kirtan. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want him spoiling this kirtan again. Anybody who has faith in this bullshit to deliver them. Only what you see here, this ecstatic devotion, is going to deliver you. Nothing else. Nothing else.
You're right.
I don't want to. I don't. I don't want to. I don't. That just disgusts me now. If you want to discuss milk drinker, people have faith and renunciation and all that pride, all that bullshit to deliver them is on the wrong fucking path, man. I don't want it here. I don't want to associate with it here. If you have faith in anything to deliver you other than ecstatic devotion and conclusive truth, then go fucking follow your paths out there. I don't believe in it. You think your tarot astrology is going to deliver you? Fuck it. I'm just sick of it, man. All it does is pollute my own heart. These things you people have faith in. That's I consider pollution, weakening, weakness of heart, all of that. And people wonder why they're sad, unhappy, and all that because they have faith in everything else other than the true God. Whatever faith you have to deliver you other than the true Lord and your relationship is a weakness. It makes you weak, and you can't become ecstatic and all that, man. That's why the Lord said these things. Oh, I think why am I not feeling ecstatic today? I think I associated with some materialist,
Yeah, yeah,
or something, or
yeah.
offenses to the real devotees, stuff like that. Yeah. Well, anyway, I feel disgusted. I totally understand now. Well, not totally, but enough. Why? Why this works and why this doesn't, why this wouldn't work. People think that they can do enough good deeds to get what the Lord is giving here. No way. That's why these people have too much faith in their Vaidhi practices, and these Vaidhi gurus can't come here.
Rituals, etc.
Yeah, they believe in people that are mundane to deliver them. Well, go believe in your Radhanaths or anything else you're doing. Believe in your own activities and how good you are, how clean you are, how much you save the planet or the whales or other, and then see how long it takes you to get what's real life, real transcendental happiness. See how long it takes. A long time, many lifetimes, and still you don't get out. It's all here, right here in this Sangha, man. Yeah. So anyway, this is how the Lord's giving me that experience. I mean, I don't want to be too close to any of that stuff anymore. Yeah. It's just without ecstatic love, the Lord, when the Dwaita said, "I've just drained all your ecstatic love out of you," and Lord Chaitanya said, "Well, there's no use to live. I'll go drown myself in the Ganga." That's what you get when you start to feel what real life is, and then it gets drained out of you. It's just like, what the hell am I living for? Then I start to see, start to see what's really up. Yeah,
Completely understand.
yeah. So that's kind of my mood today. Just
Mm.
hard lesson. Okay, go ahead. Read on. I just had to express my mean behavior.
We start to see that, we start to feel that the more you grow, the more you get allergic to that energy. It's for a few
Yeah,
weeks that I feel it as well, and I need to say it.
yeah,
Krishna, push
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You get it out,
Say
man.
it,
Yeah,
say it, say it.
yeah,
Needs out. You feel that energy, and it's
yeah,
polluting.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I didn't know to the extent of it, but now I see that why. That's why because this is so rare. What's here? what's manifesting in our sangha is so rare and so clear and so clean. And if any faith in anything else, it just, I could, you could, it just, it's like, what is this? Yeah. We've had a similar mood with, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for giving me yeah, yeah, yeah. Compare, yeah. I mean, Vitey's all right for if that's what level you're on, motor goodness, if that's what you're into. But this is something special. This is the special mercy. That's why Prabhupada couldn't do it. You couldn't take thousands of disciples at this into this. They get people. You got to handle this. Like one by one, people are coming, and then we deal with the little issues. Because you get four or five, you get 4 or 5 people in here that are, it just comes in there. So the Lord kicked it out, and He had His intimate devotees there. People are on the same page. Yeah. So, I mean, people have to, figure that out. This is something different. I mean, what do you want here? Do you want, you want this transcendental love of God or not? Or do you want
Yes,
something
your
else?
choice.
You want to be a gooder, a better person? You just want to be better? Well, go follow religion or something. There's a lot of good people out there with unclean hearts and full of jealousies and envies and sadnesses and all this material emotions and all that crapola. The Lord wants to give us a new life. This is a new life, man. I mean, new life is new life. Doesn't I mean? Isn't it? After a while, he's like, you got to choose. Like, are you finished with it? Do you want to just continue being sad and jealous and all of these pastimes of all these conditioned souls and be under the Biden regime? Or the Trump regime? You want to take one of those sides, or you want to take this side? The side of real devotees.
Yeah, make your choice and make
Yeah,
it clear. Yeah.
I guess. Anyway, I'm just pissed off today. I just
You're right to be pissed off, Guru Maharaj. I know the feeling.
feel like ranting, man, ranting and raving.
I know the feeling.
Freddie says it's a pity to see how so many Vaishnavas have faith in the regulated path and are stuck in that. 'Cause that's an amazing statement from Freddie, huh? The man was a regulated person. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And Mayavadis too. Spit them out. These guys, Mayavadi. I want to be one with God, man. Yeah, go out there. There's still there. You're all everybody's suffering except those who get this special shelter. So the Lord's showing me, Gohari, you better keep this jewel, keep it, in a nice place and keep it clean. Don't have any
Yeah.
dust in it, man. Dust it off. Oh, Freddie, that is that is maybe going a little too far. That's like Lord Shiva.
Very
Lord Shiva. He
nice.
he had his he had his servants go and piss on the. I mean, you got to This is the Bhagavatam. People. That's why Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti didn't preach the Bhagavatam, because they're just trying to bring people up to the daksha level, where you're a goodness and you're a Brahmin and everything, but inside you're still full of envy, jealousies. Bhagavatam just spells it right out, man. But who can take it? These people, piss on the altar. I mean, that's what he's basically saying the real God. The real God pisses. It's like it's just piss. It's like it's polluted. Your heart is full of envy and jealousy and pride and competition. It's polluted. You can't worship the true Lord like that. As externally dirty as Shiva was, like didn't take bath and all, and the skulls around him and everything. His heart was really pure. He purely worshipped the Lord. I mean, this has always been the lesson. And why people don't believe in the real path is they believe in the Pharisee types who externally are really good. They believe, they look up to that path. They look, wow, they don't see that the heart is still not purified. That's why the Lord said, He said, not by, you could be a perfect Brahmin, but still you can't purify yourself or anybody else unless you have this special gift, this Kali Yuga especially. Otherwise you could try to do so many austerities for many lifetimes to achieve that level. Forget it, man. Better just take the gift while it's here. You know, yeah. You just otherwise it's too hard to attain by austerities and pious and recycling and being a good vegetarian and all that's. Are you kidding, man? You just this stuff is so rare, and when it's here, it's here, and if you're fortunate, Krishna will give you the good sense to go to those devotees, and get into the spiritual dimension of consciousness easily and without lots of troubles. As you are. But if you people still have faith in them being delivered by their regulative devotional service or their austerities, that was the whole problem with the Radhakund Babajis and Narayan Roshan. They have so much faith in their austerities, and they get a little something, and they think that's it. That's really it. But they've not even surpassed Daksha. Daksha was looking really good, and he was effulgent and charismatic and everything, but his heart was polluted with envy, jealousy, competition. I always saw that amongst the gurus. That's why I left Vaishnavism. I saw, if these are the gurus, maybe this is the wrong path. They're all fighting for this, but they didn't have anything to fight. They're all basically the same. One guru saying they're better than the other, but they're really not. This is better than the other gurus. You got to manifest ecstatic devotional service and not be bluffing people. Oh yeah, we got the highest thing, come over here. That's what I did. I went and took initiation from all these different guys. They said, oh well, it's over here because we really got it. But nobody, not even one, could show that they actually had the ecstatic love that Lord Chaitanya manifested. It's right there in the book. I'm looking, I had it, and I was reading in the book, and I'm looking over there. Okay, you guys say you have. Oh yeah, yeah, but all I saw was pride. I saw daksha. I saw a lot of dakshas, a lot of pride, a lot of austerities, and taking that was it. And I really, oh no, that ain't it. That's why, it makes sense to me why Prabhupada came to be. Nobody was seeing this. You know, that's how rare this is. It's a rare. It's not. It's really true. A rare incarnation, rare devotees like this, and rare to see it manifested. Usually, these all Prabhupada had a Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, but they kept it hidden. You know? Yeah, so we were reviving again. Now I see the milk drink. Get these milk drinkers out of here. These guys who have faith in drinking milk. That includes all of those people. You faith in any other path but this, you got to, see this is a jewel, man. Otherwise, Krishna will kick you out. I see it already. Now I see why he's doing it. Otherwise, he can't manifest this garden here. Okay, go ahead there. Continue. Thanks for listening to my rant. Just purifying today. See, even Janardhan noted. Yeah, that's what it shows you. This ecstatic love shows you what is really real. Otherwise, nobody knows. Not even these gurus, and they don't know. They don't know. It's that rare. I mean, that's now when you read, when I read Prabodhananda Saraswati, I could see, yeah, more and more, like, wow, that's the way it was then, and that's the way it is now again. All these useless paths now, everything is other than the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Nothing has any real meaning. How can it in Kali Yuga? What else, is so polluted here? But being on the beam here and everything is so polluted, purified, and peaceful and ecstatic and protected, and that's the message of the Lord is just, hey man, stay with this. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I don't feel when anybody wants to try to pull this back down into that level or something, forget it, man. No way. This is different. This is why you can be a good person. Everything you come here, you stick out like a sore thumb. And a lot of people see goodness also competes with pure goodness. If a person has faith in goodness, they want to bring it down to pure goodness down to because they're competition. That's why when after Lord Chaitanya disappeared, the real Vaishnavas separated themselves from these milk drinkers and these good, renunciates. They're good people and all that, but there was something there. They didn't understand it. They separated themselves. They had to. Otherwise, you can't worship the Lord amongst people that have faith in something that doesn't even really purify. Once you get purified by ecstatic devotion, there is nothing else that purifies you. But it becomes polluting to the heart. Comes in, I can't even chant because something went in my heart like that. And all of a sudden, my life is gone. Hell with that shit. You know.
Man, run, run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Janardhan's coming up. He knows. See, the more you get an experience with by the
Yeah,
mercy of the Lord and the mercy of the devotees, real devotees, the more you see this, and we need to see it deeply. You know?
yeah.
Otherwise, the Maya, even in the form of goodness, say, "Oh, come over here. Oh, have faith in this. Oh, be a whale saver." You know, have faith in this to get you back to Godhead. Oh, follow all these
Thanks for
rules.
using.
All these rules. That's how Maya, like Meena and Mahavira, that's how they were drawn away. They believed in that. Oh, Maya's, oh, come and follow the rules. That's how you're going to be delivered.
Follow
Oh,
some
I'm sorry,
rules, yeah.
he's doing something wrong. This is wrong. They're all fools. See? So they're out there doing their rituals and all this again. But that's an illusion, man. This is the real truth. We're here to establish this very strong, very, very deeply, so people really get. You know, yeah, that's the miracle that we're actually doing this.
Yeah. It's got to be protective, otherwise they're gonna dilute it with or make it water with the milk
Yeah, yeah,
instead of boiling it until it's condensed and
yeah.
strong. And
It gets real
that's what
strong.
he wants.
Yeah. Well, then Krishna can grow. Otherwise, he can't grow. The modes of nature is not food for the Krishna inside the transcendental Krishna. It's not food for him. He can't grow.
Yeah.
Only the modes of goodness, that vine, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. See, it takes food from other beings. That's why even you see these people, the demons, they want to use people as batteries because they still feed off energies like vampires. The modes are coming through certain persons, okay? But they can't feed off of this because they don't know what it is. They don't live off of this. They live off of the lower modes. It's like crows, they eat garbage. That's their food. This is, the food of swans and other things are different. But the crows, they eat the garbage. That's the modes of nature. And it's all garbage. Once you get to this point, all these other energies, except the devotees, real devotees and real devotion, and chanting the transcendental representations in the pastimes and names of God. It's the only food for what we're doing. That's why we stand out like a sore thumb too. It's like, who are these guys over here? What are these guys? Who are they? Especially when you make a ruckus like we do here, all over Facebook, preaching, showing ecstatic pictures. You should get, buddy, show more ecstatic. Get their attention. Get them over there. Get them purified, man. Let them see all this. Show all the ecstatic. All the pictures of devotees. Catch them in ecstatic states and plaster it over Facebook, man. It's their only hope. They got to see it. Promotion, promoting the transcendental Lord. We're here to stay already destined. We have just to accept. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, whether they ask for it or not, they're getting it. That's our mission. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Tell him that the person he has worshipped for so long, the person he wept for, the person he fasted for, that same Lord has now appeared. He has come to distribute knowledge of loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And thus, he
Yeah,
must come.
Raganuga Bhakti is that, the person you're fasting for out there, all these people following religion, the persons they're doing austerities for, they're following rules for, and everything, at some point appears, but who recognizes? That's what the
When?
person's, yeah. It's like when Jesus appeared, that person that they were fasting for and that God that they didn't know, you know they're doing their thing, yeah, and they appears and they didn't recognize. It's always like that, in the ecstatic devotee Gorgovinda Maharaj, they didn't recognize him in ISKCON. See, the person there are doing austerities. It's different than what anybody thinks, and that's why it's by the mercy of Krishna and your fastings and whatever you're doing could be in the world for the whatever it is, the Lord uh, will lead. Oh, sure, yeah, I didn't see it there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all these things. By the mercy of the Lord, He leads you to those who know Him. This is Him. This is He. This ecstatic love, man. He's Satchidananda, conclusive truth and ecstatic love. The conclusive truth is glorifying who He really is. That's why you see, they said faith in the Christians. They realized faith in Jesus what made you instantly righteous. See, in the eyes of God, instantly. And confession of that is unto salvation. That's where you get really free. That's how you really please the Lord. A lot of devotees are like that here. They start when you start to confess that before the world, especially now the Lord gives you even more special mercy, makes you even stronger, and frees you more. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead there, Lalita.
He has come to distribute knowledge in loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord.
See, he came to distribute knowledge of this path, not knowledge of rules and regulations, of loving devotional service, prema. To show by example of chanting the holy name in ecstasy. Like if that's why the Lord, when He felt, oh, I had that association, oh, I can't chant. Where's the usual ecstasy? It's like, yeah, what did I associate with the modes of nature or something? Yeah, yeah. He thought my life is over. Yeah. So the Lord has come here to teach this path that we're fortunate to teach here. And if if you're not here for that, well, too bad. Go on your way, man. Go somewhere else. Go see how happy you are without ecstatic devotees association. You know, yeah. That's why even Prabhupada was teaching neophytes. Some people they come here and they say, "Well, Gohar, you're not acting like Prabhupada. because he's teaching this way. And why aren't you acting like a disciple of Prabhupada? Well, because he's teaching neophytes, and it's a different thing. I mean, what applies to his neophyte devotees doesn't apply to him or another acharya, a spiritual master, a real one. It applies to these spiritual masters. That's why they think in terms of that. They don't think like an acharya. They don't think like a spirit. They don't have that empowerment. That's why even here, you got to realize at some point that you can't compete with an empowered personality here. No way. It's special mercy. The Lord uses each devotee. You see, each devotee has a special gift. You see, they come up, and no one can imitate it. It's just the Lord's special mercy on the devotees. Yeah. Especially to be a spiritual master or to be an acharya or a spiritual master, which to me is the same thing. Acharya delivers devotees, and they do what the Lord does. They preach the glories of ecstatic devotion, loving devotional service, yeah, and deliver people like this. Go ahead there, Lalita.
You must immediately come to join him. Also, tell him about Nityananda Prabhu's arrival, but do it secretly and explain to him everything you have seen. Tell him to come immediately along with his wife and bring all the paraphernalia for my worship. Happy to be entrusted with these orders, Ramay started for Advaita Acharya's house, absorbed in remembrance of the Supreme Lord. Although he didn't come the way, he felt very joyful. His only treasure was Lord Chaitanya's instructions. Somehow, by divine guidance, he arrived at Advaita Acharya's house, offering offering his obeisances to Advaita Acharya Prabhu.
Yeah,
He was
you see, that's the secret is the order of the Lord, which comes either it came directly through Lord Chaitanya or through the spiritual master. It's the activating principle of spiritual life. See, so the order of Lord Chaitanya is really now we're reviving that order. The order of Lord Chaitanya is take to the Sankirtan movement in association with ecstatic devotees, like it was before, and then everybody will quickly get ecstatic devotion and be free of the modes of nature and all the threefold miseries. And if you don't do that, you won't be fully free. It's not enough just to do that. Anything else, any other path, even Vaidhi or your recyclings and all that stuff, ain't it strong enough? This will deliver you, and that's the whole point is to get really clear about that. Otherwise, you'll lose the association of devotees. I see it all the time. Happen. People who have too much faith in their other paths that they
yeah,
followed before, it pulls them back into it. It's similar, like the material example is Bhaktisiddhanta made sannyasis, and their wives came and dragged so many back. They actually went. They just grabbed them by the ear and pulled them back into household life. They left their guru. It's the same thing that goes for anything. Anything that drags you back into some other path that is mundane and material, or even liberation, is also can attract people back. Some people they come to the point of getting purified here, and they think, oh, now I'm equal to everything, and even guru, they equal to God. They just want to merge. They just want to be, free. They want salvation, and that's a pollution for this path. See, the real devotees are the true milk drinkers. See, they drink this milk, the real milk, which is ecstatic bhakti. See, this is what's going to keep me alive.
the
I
sweet
taste
milk.
this. Yeah, and all these revelations come, clarity on the scriptures come. If anybody has faith in anything else, it's an obstacle. I also have to be careful. I don't want to be too close to any of that. Anyone who's vibing like that. I'm not going to do it, man. I'm not going to lose my life, man. It's either you come forward or I ain't going backward no more, you know. Everything's by association. So that's the whole thing, is to get clear on what is transcendental, the path, because this is what delivers us. This association, these devotees, our ecstatic worship, all of this is our food, is our happiness here. Yeah. Yeah, you can be, if this is all you do, if this is all you have faith in, and you throw cans on the floor, you throw garbage, you just take all this garbage, you throw it all over the place. The Lord is more pleased with you if you have faith in this and faith in who He really is. Not that anybody would do it, but just so you understand, the Lord is, I'm more pleased with, I don't care how much garbage you throw on the floor. I don't care how many rules you don't follow, but you have faith in who I am, and you have faith in who I've given real mercy to. The Lord makes that is more important. Even if a person doesn't have it, like they're not doing their duties in the world, like maybe they're supposed to be have a job or something, maybe they're just freeloaders, maybe they're just a poor, poverty stricken, poor people. But if you have faith in the devotee and everything, the Lord said, oh man, who cares about this? Hey, you have faith in my devotees, you have faith in real devotion, you have faith in the essence of everything. Oh, yeah, I'm more pleased with you than these big milk drinkers and recyclists and vegetarians. Oh, you eat this and that, and you eat meat, you eat beef even. Oh, but you have faith in a real devotee. I think you're better off than that vegetarian there, that Radhanath. You're 1,000 times better than him, just because you have faith in who I really am. But he doesn't. That's what we're teaching here. And people think, oh, that's because you have too much faith in these other paths. You have too much faith in that which is still material. That's it, man. Sometimes you need perspective. That's why Prabodhana says, like he preaches, like what I'm preaching is just like he preached. He preached. He says, "Oh, what is this Kapila in Bhagavatam? What good is that incarnation? What good is Varaha that he saved the world from the in this water? What good is it? Why should we even care about those?" What's important is Lord Chaitanya came here now and has given this mercy of love of Krishna. Varaha didn't give you this kind of love. Kapila didn't. He stuck his mother in the cold water for 20 years to attain just a sliver of bhakti. Not like this at all, that what the Lord's given. That's why this incarnation is the one. And the devotees who actually have love for this incarnation, can you imagine the realizations that they have? And nobody can barely imagine that. That's why this is revival. We're reviving how important this special mercy of Lord Chaitanya is, because we're here to deliver it to people. If you have faith in these words, in this ecstasy that you see here, and these conclusions, I don't care. The Lord doesn't care what you, and I don't care. I don't care what you do. But you have faith what's going on in here, the Lord is going to automatically make you a better person anyway. Because you found the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God are the devotees. Where is the way? What did Jesus say? I'm the way. What is the truth? I'm the truth. What he spoke is the truth. Manifestation of the truth, the temple of truth. I'm the life. See, life. Shh. This is it. One pointed. When you get that, you're out of here, man. You got the protection of the Lord forever. What else is there for you? Automatically, you become a decent person. Maybe not too good, Not too bad. Doesn't matter. Whatever you are, you are. Whether you're a Sudra, householder, you notice Sudras are, householder or sannyasi, whatever you are, doesn't matter. Madhavendra was a sannyasi. He threw his vows out. He said once he attained ecstatic love, I don't need them anymore. I don't need to do that, my mantra that he was doing. Yeah, you can read it right in the script. I don't need this anymore. I have love. He had love of Krishna. The relate chant Hare Krishna, and he's communing with God. Perfect purification. This is what the Lord comes here to teach. The value and the glories of loving devotional service is more powerful than any other path. It's the perfect path. True love. You get everything from there. Anybody who has faith was being preached in here, you're the most fortunate persons in the world. You know why I know that? Because I know that. Because of just having faith in this. I'm the most fortunate person. Yeah. Anybody else thinking like that? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You have faith in anything else? Well, you're not so fortunate. You're not a goddess of fortune. People come here, you become easily a goddess of fortune, god of fortune. Because you get the same kind of love that the goddess of fortune has for Narayan. Oh, even better, it's Vrindavan love. You become more of the gopi type love, or whatever your relationship is. Yeah. Go ahead there, Lalita.
Okay. Happy to be entrusted with these orders, Ramai started for Advaitacharya's house, absorbed in the remembrance of the Supreme Lord. Although he didn't know the way, he felt very joyful. His only treasure was Lord Chaitanya's instructions. Somehow, by divine guidance, he arrived at Sri Advaita Acharya's house, offering his obeisances to Advaita Acharya Prabhu. He was overcome with great joy and he couldn't speak. Advaita Acharya Prabhu already knew everything that was happening in Navadvip. He could perceive this because of his pure devotional platform. He spoke to Ramai Pandita sweetly, saying, I know you have instructions to take me to Navadvip. Ramai Pandita, he folded his hands in respect and he said, you already know everything, so please come quickly with me. Advaitacharya Prabhu was at that time in a in a completely blissful state of mind, transcendental to all his bodily sensations, who is able to fathom the transcendental nature of Advaita Acharya Prabhu, is all cognizant, yet he speaks as if he is unaware. Advaita Acharya Prabhu then strongly questions Rabbi Pandita. In which scriptures is it mentioned that the Supreme Lord Sri Hari will descend to Navadvip in a human form for the redemption of the fallen conditioned souls? Oh Rabbi, your elder brother Srivas Pandita He knows my standard of devotion, renunciation, and self realization. Rabbi Pandita was well aware of Advaitacharya Prabhu's spiritual powers. And thus he remained quiet, smiling within.
Yeah,
And then,
it's see the in what scripture is it mentioned? Because I don't think it's so clearly mentioned about this incarnation of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah, it is, but it's not real. It's kind of obscured, um, and so Advaita is saying, well, what scripture does say? But you see, the Lord teaches also. This is the nature of the Lord is spontaneous. He can appear anytime he wants. The scriptures can't tell him what to do, but we have to be ready for that to see. Can we understand um, um, the symptoms of an incarnation that's here, or even the symptoms of a devotee? You know, because this is how we're going to know. People don't know how to know the symptoms of an incarnation. The Lord is transcendental. The devotees are also transcendental. That's why the Supreme Lord is not. The scriptures can say, well, they come a certain time, but if He wants to come another time, He can. Um, uh, the Lord is independent of the scriptures, and that's the thing. Whether they follow or the scriptures or don't, it's up to them. Because it says whenever there's a decline in religion, I descend. So it doesn't say, well, I have to descend to okay, there's a scheduled incarnations, but he may, come to, change his mind. Like people come unscheduled. Do you ever have an unscheduled guest? What, you think the Lord has to go by our rules? Sometimes you get out, hey man, I didn't expect you to appear. You're supposed to come at a certain time. Ever have somebody show up at your door like, hey man, I remember Lalita Madhava did. One day he just showed up when I was in Holland there or wherever that is. He just showed up. He said, well, this, here I am. Oh. He said, I just had this spontaneous desire to come. Yeah, the Lord, might be seeing there's some troubles ahead, and He might has to help us. But like now, who knows? It's kind of weird stuff going down. It's almost like Kali Yuga has been speeded up. This stuff. If you read in the scriptures, the kind of stuff in the 12th canto that's supposed to seems to kind of come back later. Is already happening now. So, and even Jesus spoke about this. He said, "The Lord has speeded up these things to happen for the elect. Kind of get it over with. Not make it a big long drawn out. So, the Lord's independent like that. People don't know. See, that's why the Vaides have a hard time. They're looking for schedules. See, they're looking for programs. And this blows their mind. This kind of stuff. Yeah. Um, But anyway, luckily, Lord Chaitanya preached about these things, and these devotees wrote these books about this. So if they say, Gaur, you're not following strictly the rules and regulations and all this, don't you see that's what you're supposed to do? And then I take the scripture and say, well, you see, Prabhupada even said, pure devotees don't. If you're a purified devotee, that means worshiping ecstatic devotion. They don't follow the rules and regulations very strictly. Okay? And also the Vedas say that. Well, so um, we have ammunition to help people progress. It's not. They don't have to get all freaked out because there are scriptures like this. Jesus pulled them out. These devotees pulled them out, and we pulled them out too, so that people can kind of get a handle on what we're doing. And it totally flipped out. That's why the growth here, the devotees, you're getting through your stuff, and more regular. Then you can pull this stuff out, and they see, you can, use it for your preaching to help make a bridge for the devotees, so they can come to this platform. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Believing in the mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
Yeah, believing in the mercy that it elevates you to a whole nother level of worship. Much better, much more wonderful, much more satisfying. Yeah. It makes you a eternally liberated soul. The Lord wants to make lots of eternally liberated souls now. Many devotees in our sangha are eternally liberated souls already. Better than these gurus or not. I mean, unless these gurus manifest the symptoms of an eternally liberated soul, they're not eternally liberated. You can fool yourself, you can fool neophytes, but you can't fool the scriptures. You can't fool the devotees who know the scriptures or the Lord. And so the real devotees represent the scriptures and the Lord on this planet. That's why there's no other religion in this. This is all Chaitanya teaching. There's no other religion this age of Kali other than the Vaishnava, that's the real devotee, and the Vaishnava scriptures, which are the best. There ain't any other scriptures better than what's in this line here. You prove me, anybody can prove. So you show me anything, and you'll see all kinds of taints in the Christian scriptures. It's tainted by the editors and all that. The Mayavadi scriptures are tainted with impersonalism, but these are so nice, especially right now. Can you imagine 2,000 years from now? If we even have them, during that time. All the editors coming in, all these milk drinkers coming in and doing stuff. All right, go ahead, Lolita.
Yeah. Advaita Acharya Prabhu then strongly questions Ramai Pandita, in which Krishna, oh yeah, I've read this. Ramai Pandita is well aware of Advaita Acharya Prabhu's spiritual powers, thus he remained quiet, smiling within. Advaita Acharya Prabhu, transcendental pastimes are unlimited. To the pious, they are a source of great joy, while to sinful persons they remain incomprehensible. Again, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he keenly inquired, "O Ramai, please tell me why you have come so suddenly." When Ramai Pandita felt that Advaita Acharya had come down, he began to cry.
Yeah, it's like now. What's going on here is incomprehensible to much of the world. It's incomprehensible, and so you could see the same thing was going on then. They had also people. It's not like, oh, back then everybody understood. No, it was incomprehensible to many people back then. Now, yeah, it's just that's the way it is. Just it's incomprehensible. See, but the devotees comprehend these conceptions. Whoever wants to learn what is transcendental and comes to understand that this is special, then you can learn all about this. But you have to learn it in this cyclic line. You have to hear from a real representative of the transcendental potency. And see, now it's not like you're hearing from Prabhupada and he's telling you, well, follow the Vaidhi path and then you'll attain perfection, like Ramananda Roy did in the conversation. But that's now this is no, well, that was external bhakti. Come and hear the deeper message. Hear the deeper truth so you can comprehend the pastimes of the Lord. That's why Jesus taught only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father to whom he chooses. Otherwise, nobody knows. They think he's some kind of pie in the sky that you're going to eat when you get there, when you die, and then you're going to start eating this pie. Well, the pie is here now. You can eat the pie now. If you don't eat the pie now, you're going to not eat it later. If you don't eat the pie now, that means you have a taste for something other than ecstatic devotion to Krishna. Therefore, when you die, you'll be eating more of that pie in the false ego still. See? Those covered by the false ego are eating something material. See, this is how you eat spiritually, is you chew Hare Krishna, in ecstatic love, But you have to learn from the devotees by their example and by their preaching. Otherwise, you won't know. You'll die without this. Yeah, go ahead, Lolita. I think you're muted. Is she muted or?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. He began to cry while delivering Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. The Supreme Personality, for whom you have wept so profusely, for whom you have performed continuous worship, and for whom you have accepted vows of fasting and austerity. That Supreme Personality has now appeared.
See, the appearance of Lord Chaitanya was the appearance of this ecstatic devotion being manifested. Even the Lord was hiding it. So he's showing this is what's in this world is hidden. But everybody's fasting to worship God and everything like this. And then the manifestation of the Lord now is it through his devotees manifesting that ecstatic love that was manifest. Otherwise, you're not seeing the real Lord yet. You don't know what the real high level purification that is in ecstatically worship of the Lord, spontaneous devotional service. Ramananda Roy said, if that's manifested in this world, one should immediately fly there to go and associate with those devotees. You're going to get the best benediction. You're going to become a goddess of fortune there. Otherwise, not. Nobody can give you that benediction unless they're following the path of prema. We prove to the world, to every day, that we're following the path. We're followers of the path of prema. You could see it. God, what is this denying it? Oh, you're sahaja. No, this is path of prema. We'll just deliver your sahaja thing to Lord Chaitanya. Hey, he's calling us sahajas. Your letter gets instantly delivered to the Lord. Oh, he's saying you say that to a devotee who's genuinely worshiping Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya in ecstasy. That letter, your word, just got delivered to the Lord. And think, oh, really? See, they're the mailbot. Didn't Prabhupada say that? When you deliver a letter, you deliver your word. What are you asking for? See, these people bounce off of this. Who you guys are sahajas? They bounce off. No, this is the real deal here. Yeah. Um, and those who develop faith in what's going on here, look how fortunate they are. Okay, you become an eternally liberated soul. You get what none of these gurus are giving anybody. They can't. They don't got it themselves. Go ahead there, Lolita.
So, the, who, the Supreme Personality, for whom you have wept so profusely, for whom you have performed continuous worship, and for whom you have accepted vows of fasting and austerity, that Supreme
See, it takes
Personality.
one. It takes one devotee. You see, the real devotees. They are special. They weep for the Lord when they chant. So he was ecstatically worship the Lord. All that, just that, and from him, the Lord comes to deliver people, even in general. Okay? And that's how it works. That's why you need to find the real devotee. And ultimately, you come to their shelter because they're the ones who wept for you. They wept for the Lord. See, and the Lord manifests because of their worship, their ecstatic worship. It purifies the whole universe. No ecstatic worship, no real purity, not what, just advancing to the mode of goodness, BFD. This is real purification here. And this, like what we got here, is a manifestation of a lot of ecstatic worship for years. Yeah. You see, it's always the same pattern. Adwaita was worshiping a long time for that Lord to manifest. I mean, really, with a lot of power and potency to make more people devotees. See, so the Lord is using us here to make more real devotees who have real devotion. See, real, real, real. Otherwise, you're not real. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said in Sri Krishna Samhita that he said, until devotion awakens, you're not a real devotee yet. You know, until the tears start to come because you have faith in where the Lord really is manifesting. Yeah, you're not really, you're doing a very slow path, man, many lifetime path. You still believe in something other than this ecstatic devotion is going to deliver you.
Yeah.
That's why the real devotees, they are examples of ecstatic devotion when they're preaching it. They have to be. Neither. What you guys in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math, the Gaudiya Smriti and Christians or whatever you are, Muslims, what you're worshiping, what you're fasting for is again here. I mean, isn't it? I mean, I'm reading these things and I'm thinking, do we represent that? Well, I have to admit we do. The Lord was ecstatic. He manifested that, and therefore it came to the doors of people in the world. Well, that's happening again through He's using us to distribute this ecstatic devotion. So somebody's got to announce it. Somebody's got to comment on these things of the truth of what's really here. The truth will set you free. Well, I just stated it. You know, hey man, your deliverance is here. It'll set you free. You believe in truth, you'll be set free. Then you come. We're just pointing it around. I'm just hanging out a light of the truth. You know, you come here, you're going to be easily delivered. You go there, do all these, any of those gurus. That's also true what I say. It's going to be a long time. You'll take another birth. I mean, if you don't have the ecstatic devotion that many of us have, you're not delivered yet. The books all say that. You know, all these devotees, they're ecstatic devotees. They worship the Lord in pure transcendental ecstasy. And the Lord wants to give that quality to people who believe in this preaching. That's the truth. You believe in the truth and you come to the truth, you're going to be set free easily. If you say no, no, I believe in the other truth. What the other truth that you won't? So you believe what you believe that they will deliver you, and I say they won't. See, the truth is here, but you believe in the lie of Maya. Maya is always lying. She's always deceiving you. She's very deceitful. And if you believe in those who are liars because they can't help it, they're under the modes of nature. God forgive them; they know not what they do. God forgive these gurus, they know not what they do. Anybody going against this preaching, they don't know what they're doing. They're blind. So I say, I still announce it. Don't go there. Come here. Get delivered so easily. This is the good news. Anybody got ears to hear? I ain't ashamed to speak the truth. It's too good. It's too perfect. It's too important, especially now when bad boy Biden's after you, man. Big brother Biden. He ain't a big brother you want. He may look like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he does. He's just acting like that. It's an act, man. He knows very well he's here to make people miserable under the big brother act. And we're here as big brothers and sisters to make everybody really happy, right? Make them really happy. Fine, show them reality. Show them what real truth is. It's great, man. Let's play in a sandbox of truth, man. Let's throw the sand of truth at everybody. This is what the Lord did. The truth was, any you get hit with the sand that's thrown by the Lord, man, you're very lucky. That's the devotee. He throws the devotees here. We're throwing. The Lord is throwing us all over the place, man. Let's see here. This is the way and the light. River, can you read some of these things here? Read some of the what the audience is saying, especially Amy. She says interesting.
Okay, I'm going to start from, yeah, Amy. Hare Krishna, everyone. This is the way and the light, the one-way ticket to Vrindavan, the transcendental train of Krishna consciousness, the only vibe I want to vibe in.
See that what Jesus taught. Go follow the narrow gate. See, the narrow gate is the representative of the transcendental Lord. It's a narrow gate because everywhere else there's all these other gates. You can go in this gate, this door, that door. You know, and it gets you. All of them get you into some mundane room, material room. Okay? But the gate, follow the path of the narrow gate that goes right in. It's the devotee who represents the spiritual temple, not just a spiritual temple in name only. The spiritual temple is a spiritual temple here. You could see spirit manifesting in the bodies of the temples here. Yeah, go ahead there. Continue.
Andromeda is saying this is the quickening.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a quickening. See, the words of the devotees is the active principle of spiritual life. The opinion of the devotee is the active principle of spiritual life. It activates. Otherwise, you're not very activated. Rules and regulations activate a little bit, but not much. But this is spontaneous path. It activates. It's like a high charge. You ever see these battery chargers? We probably don't because you're not mechanics. But we have these battery chargers, and then some are high voltage. Man, there's like 50 amp, and then there's 5 amp. The 5 amp is a slow charge. That's what you get in Vaidhi Bhakti. Very slow charge, many lifetimes. Narayan Maharaj speaking many lifetime charge, slowly. And then there's the 50 amp charge, man. You put that on for 5 minutes, and boom, man, it's activated and fully charged. That's our path here, man. You notice high amps, a lot of amps here, man. A lot of charge. A lot of electricity coming. A lot of energy. Go ahead, read on.
Hallelujah from Andromeda. Freddie, so many also believe in the mercy of Jesus Christ, but many are not in the right line, just like all the regulated Vaishnavas who don't recognize the spontaneous path.
Yeah, there are many Christians that don't understand the spontaneous level too. Just like it's the same thing. They have those who have more faith in the rules. Even when Paul was preaching, St. Paul was preaching to these rule believers. You have to be circumcised and all that. And those who had the Holy Spirit didn't like that. I mean, or you could have somewhat of the Holy Spirit. You have some of that, but still have some faith in that too. So, but ultimately you realize, oh wait, this is what's delivering me. Is this ecstatic, intimate worship of God? This is what really pleases the Lord. Actually, this is you get so clean and clear that you realize, oh, this is the actual pleasure of the Lord. This is a manifestation of the intimacy. Wow, this Lord, you're living in my body, so into you, showing me all these things. Nobody knows. People feel a distance from the Lord. See, that's the separation, material separation. Your faith in, oh, this is God, my rule is God. See, the devotee is no, but no. God is ananda, this ecstatic bliss. That's him. Ooh, and these revelations that come from that. Ah, Bhagavad Gita, the blooming of Bhagavad Gita 10:10 in your consciousness. See? Ah, then you understand the verse by experience. You can explain it properly. Nobody else can. Yeah? Go ahead, read on.
Okay. From Tarun Krishna Das. The real prasadam doesn't get straight. It's not just tasty preparation. I'm stale, sorry. The real prasadam doesn't get stale. It's not just tasty preparation. Freddie, the pie is here for those who awaken and also in the sky of the spiritual world.
Yeah, I mean, see, they got it in the spiritual sky, but where's that pie here? See, thy will be done on earth. See, that's where the devotee is, with a real devotion of, see, thy will be done on earth as it is in spiritual world. See? So that will of the Lord is here now. What is the will? God, He came as Lord Chaitanya, Jesus Christ, to give you the Holy Spirit. The inclination to worship the transcendental Lord, not the material Lord, not the mode of goodness Lord, not the rule Lord. Wow, I'm worshiping the Lord. I follow the rules and I'm meditating on the rules. Oh, the rules are my life and soul. Yeah, okay, that's a beginning, but it's still material, mundane. Tell me something deeper. Show me the deeper path. See, so we show and we tell, and explain and encourage people like, hey man, come. This is the real kingdom of God. The door is here. It's open. Just come on, look over here. Your eyes will pop open. You'll hear the spiritual vibration and be happy. Yeah. Otherwise, people don't connect with it. They come and they're looking for some mundane vibration. Where's the mundane? Well, why isn't I had so many people tell they come here for a while and then they get there. Well, why aren't you speaking about more Varnashram Dharma like Prabhupada? And why aren't you preaching about rules and regulations? Well, it's still material. There's a material mode of goodness. I'm here to preach with on the approval of Prabhupada and Krishna, who they really are, what they really are, the path to them, what quality you need to really worship the transcendental Lord. You need that mercy. That mercy comes through His real devotees. Otherwise, you're not going to get that quality, that attachment, deep attachment. What do you call prema attachment? It has to come as a gift. Otherwise, you want to see this. They're following the wrong path or a long path, man. The 5 amp charge. Oh, we're going to do Vaidhi Bhakti and eventually spontaneously this is going to awaken. Because Prabhupada said so. Well, he said so and he also didn't say so. Who's going to sort it out for you? In one place he says, yeah, you follow the rules and regulations, you'll develop spontaneous love. And in other places he says you don't. But that where he says you don't, you know where that is? Chaitanya Lila teaching, the postgraduate one. Well, that's the one you need to hear now because that's really the truth. It'll take you so long. That's why Lord Chaitanya came here. You got to understand the logical, conclusive conclusions that make appeal to your even logic of why, like, hey, I'm sorry, man. I know Prabhupada said this, but his own words contradict that. That's Krishna's forte. That's what they do. You always need an ecstatic devotee to preach to you, to teach you until the Lord in your own heart awakens strongly so the Lord can show you personally. So then when you read the scriptures, you see like your guru sees. Otherwise, how can I teach this unless the Lord is helping me? You need big spiritual brother. You see how even the world reflects the truth of how to get out of here. How do you want to be bound more into this? You want to be a slave? Oh yeah, go believe in Biden and Fauci's and Bill Gates and let them be your fearful leaders. Literally, I mean, you will develop lots of fear. To follow them, you have to be in fear. Oh, you want loving? You want Big Brother that leads you to what is real, emboldened, and powerful love of God? You know, do you want to be bold? You want to be fearless? Well, you need love of God, not fear of your God. I'm afraid of Biden. I'm going to follow his order because if I don't, I'm going to be afraid. He's going to keep me safe. What do you want me to do, Biden? What do you want me to do, Fauci? Fearful Fauci, and that's the why people do that. They believe in the Maya. They believe in Maya in some form of it. Oh, Guru Dave, let's put the religion, man. Oh, Guru Dave. That's why the devotees are in fear. They're inferior gurus. Oh, I would never even think. The thought police are there in your gurus too. Oh yeah, they want to control your thinking, right? And now they want you to thought police in the world. That the totalitarianism is. Oh, you only think the way we want you to think. It's the same thing with your in religion. That's why Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion. The thought police are there. Oh, don't ever think anything. Don't think. Are you in the right place? Is your guru transcendental? Is he? Can he really deliver me? Don't know. No, that's offensive, Prabhu. Have you not been suppressed? I have. Prabhupada was. He said he was. His God brothers did it because they had faith in their regulative devotional service to deliver them. The rituals and ringing bells. Prabhupada got over that when he was ecstatic. Many people, there are all these stories about how they saw him ecstatically worshiping the Lord. That's what made him real guru. He had that quality, very rare. And still, he only could teach on the level of Vaidhi at that time. Too many people were coming. Nobody knew about Krishna. You can see it's very logical. Yeah, just connect the dots, man. New people coming, they know nothing about Krishna, and thousands coming. What do you do? Well, let me write the books, and then later on we'll boil the milk when people at another time. He did his mission, and we're continuing. Yeah, go ahead, Lilita. Or no, no, River. Continue. Read on a little bit more. We got
D.
to get
Smith.
our audience in the act.
D. Smith, this is not a mystery. We are making history.
Who
Replying,
said?
Freddie
Who
replied,
said that? Who said that?
Dean Smith.
Who?
Dean Smith.
Oh, Dean. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Freddie replying to Dean, it's a mystery in history. Amy Rose, LOL. You always say that.
Well, that's an important thing. See, in order to make history, the mystery has to be revealed. Otherwise, there would be no history. You got to reveal. You see, if say like an incarnation, say Nishingadev. If Nishingadev wasn't revealed, no revelation, there'd be no historical account. See, so and if Jesus didn't reveal the mystery of the Holy Spirit, there would be no history of this. He would be unimportant. Something important, some event has to take place. That's why we are making history because of revealing this mystery of devotion. The same thing, Lord Chaitanya would have no meaning to be here. We would not know of him unless he revealed an important mystery of benefit to the world. It's the same thing here. We're making history here also because we're revealing a very important mystery that hasn't been revealed. Doesn't matter how much resistance coming, but this is making history naturally. This will be remembered and must be remembered. If these scriptures were because the mystery of bhakti was revealed, see, and if it wasn't revealed, those books wouldn't be here. That's why we use those books to revive that history and not just make it in the book that you don't understand the importance or what is real bhakti. You need somebody to preach. Hey, man, this is what it's about. See, that's what it was about 550 years ago, that mystery. Well, that's what it's about now. It's always been about that. to develop your ecstatic, intimate attraction for God. It's transcendental. You transcend the illusion that way and no other way, not permanently. You're an eternal servant of the Lord, here to serve in ecstatic, intimate relationship. That's the ultimate truth, the ultimate revelation. We're making history. We're demonstrating that and preaching the glories of that. Okay? Those who come here, your history is erased in the material world. And now what you do now is history, the only important history. That's why it says in the devotees, that's why they're, Prabhupada is remembered in this by us, by the world. He made history, didn't he? Something memorable. And I tell you, a lot of these gurus, they will disappear because what are they doing so significant? Why should you remember anything that's not transcendental? Ultimately, all that goes. What good is speculation to the Lord? Now, this is important, isn't it? Ecstatic devotion, conclusive understanding of the ultimate reality. Now, isn't that important to know? Isn't that important to feel and experience? It takes the souls out of the cycle of birth and death forever. Socrates couldn't do this. His history, okay, we remember that, but still, okay, it's okay. It's one of these paths on pearls on the Lord's body, but it's still speculation. And it's going to go sometime, but this is the eternal path. If real deliverance is going to be preached, it's going to be preached like this in some form or other, but it'll be the same history, the same kind of revelation, love for God. Be in your devotional position and taste the Lord's bread. He's the bread of life, right? See, same path, man. Are you tasting the bread? No, no, I want to be one with the bread. Oh, that's going to go after a while. That ain't the full truth. No, no. Are you eating this bread? Are you tasting this bread regularly and becoming strong? See? Becoming bold and fearless. Or are you eating the bread of Fauci and his word and becoming more fearful and locked down? A lot of people believe it. I kind of find it hard to believe why they believe in this stuff. They believe in wokeness and everything preached by the Illuminati and the elites, who are not really elite at all. What kind of power is that to make you like a transgender, cut your balls off, cut your breasts off? These are your leaders telling you to do abnormal things, and people believe it. Oh, well, this is the thing to do. It's all faith in that. Faith in Maya's leaders who teach you unnatural things. That's why you see a lot of people now, their minds are blown. Good people, they're thinking, if you're a good person in the mode of goodness, you're more natural. You think, what are you doing, man? What are you believing in? Got to change people's language. This is racist, and this is, this stuff. This is all because of faith in the left, and then you got the right, who are teaching that's not right. See the rights, then the left. The left is, left is. It's like they call the left-handed path. Usually, if you're right-handed, it's your stronger hand, right? The weaker hand is the left hand, and that's why they call it the left path. But see, they don't like that. Oh, well, left, you're discriminating. The right is supposed to be the same as the left. It's an analogy. See, the left is weaker. That's why they have the left are the demons. The left are the weaker. You see, to become in the mode of goodness where you're stronger takes what? Austerities, renunciations, regulations, discipline. See, you become stronger, right? Mode of goodness. And generally, that is what rules the world. The demigods, they're the rulers. But sometimes an anomaly, the left becomes stronger. But they're actually weaker. That's why they work in the shadows. They have to deceive you. And once you get your faith in demons, when you die, that's exactly what happens. You got, see there, it depends on what are you drawn to. Are you drawn to the good, the good people and the good one, or are you drawn to the more demoniac? That takes you more to the hellish regions. It's all happening here now. What are you drawn to? So a lot of people are being drawn back into the hellish mentality, to cut their balls off in this, or their parents are telling them to give, 6-month-old people this gene changing shot. A lot of horrible things going on now. But you see, all that's what's coming out of the shadows. See, it's coming out. So the left is becoming stronger. How are they doing that? Technology. They leverage. You ever see a lever? See, a lever gives you like a fulcrum, gives you more strength. So technology has given those in the shadows more strength than the good people. They're leveraging technology. Okay? That's why they do it. See, so the left is leveraging. So what do? They I saw this morning. I was watching this guy. He was telling from his heart, good person, and he was being beaten at this January 6th thing, you know. They were beat. The horrible thing with what they were actually doing, these police, which see they become as bad as their masters. They were beating these poor people in a tunnel. They couldn't get out, and they beat them, some of them to death. See, and then afterwards, these guys, after they've been beaten and hospitalized, then the mainstream media makes them the bad guys. Horrible things. They didn't do nothing. This one lady was beaten to death, just beaten with batons and the baton broke over her head. See? And then what? See the leverage, mainstream media, all these people you think are so good. What's his name? Zuckerbergs and all that. They're all serving the left now. The leverage technology to the demons. Okay? And the good people are all they're weakened. What are they going to do? What's the alternative? They're losing the battle. So the good news is, hey man, come to Lord Chaitanya's Amazing Grace place. Both parties. You'll be exonerated if you're that demoniac and you're breaking things over people's heads and doing and hurting good people. There's going to be a reaction. You can come here too and be exonerated. And you good people, you don't have the strength to deal with it. You're not going to beat them with the leverage technology. And you go against them, you'll be like that guy. The beaten, your head will break over. You'll die as a martyr, and all these things. I mean, that's what's going to happen. It's already happened to that guy. He couldn't believe it. He says, "What can I can't do anything." He lost everything to the demons. See, what's Krishna doing? Hey, come to my devotees, man. Transcend this. Transcend. There's no other alternative but transcendence, man. Come and become an ecstatic devotee, and everything will work out for everybody. Matter of fact, you'll overcome this for them. Anything that's going to change here now will be because of the ecstatic devotees. And this is the truth, man. The truth is all in the histories, man. Look at Prahlad. Because of his ecstatic worship of the Lord, because of his laughing and crying in ecstasy and intimately worshiping God, the whole world was changed. The demons and everything were defeated. Okay? The Lord came because of him. Okay? Look at Advaita Char. See, always the ecstatic devotee in their worship, right? Ecstatic devotee in their worship, the Lord comes and saves it. He's got the all power. He's the superhero. Matter of fact, there's already something coming. I see the Lord showed me this. One guy was giving a history. There was this one black guy in Africa. And this guy, they couldn't kill him. They couldn't kill him. And he was healing people. He was doing all kinds of amazing things. And so the Illuminati And the actually the government, they didn't like this kind of guy, too powerful. So they get rid of. They came up and shot him point blank. The guy survived it. Everything healed it up and everything. They couldn't kill the guy. They tried different ways. It was kind of like Prahlad, couldn't kill him. And then, so they said, okay, we want to bring you. See, they cheated. They wanted to cheat. So they go and they said, we want to fly you to Washington and put you before and all this. But it was a lie, kind of like the trick they did with Jesus. They went, oh yeah, we want to help Jesus. They always do. It's the same thing. So anyway, they fly him to Washington, but they had another plan. So they cut up his body, they put it in different containers, and to nuke it. Like to the guy is some unbelievable thing. But anything with God, anything can be happen. So anyway, they cut it up and put his bodies in different parts of the thing and just nuked it all, with some kind of dissolving stuff. And then later on, he appeared again, completely whole. He said, "I'm going now, but someday there are a lot of us coming back here, and you're not going to be able to get rid of us now. So why not? The Lord can do anything, and He will do. This is His show. Just by the fact that this is going on now, this is because of the Lord's will. This is the Lord's will, but something amazing is going to come from it. He always saves the day. He has to. I mean, look at the future, these guys. They're such bumbling fools. These demons, they're crafty and craftily smart, but all they do is destroy stuff. They can't build anything properly. They never could. That's this communism is a thing. They always try to build some communist regime which tries to destroy even the human spirit. It never works out. See, so now they got another dream. This is a thing. So all that happens is destruction, but then the Lord comes in and builds something really beautiful. And that's so we can look forward to that. Even now, I mean, this is something to me. This is, hey, I'm good with this, here. And if anybody else wants to join the club, the Mickey Mouse Club here. Great. Come on
Bill,
board. Go ahead. What?
it's the real Build Back Better. This is really building back better.
Yeah, this is Build Back Better. Okay, you demons, you want to destroy all that stuff. Okay, yeah, because it's always going to be just all the good people and the demigod types. They can build something for a while, but it all gets to everything. But this is eternal, man. This is the wealth, not how the power you've attained by austerity. That's why you see Lord Chaitanya threw the milk drinker out of his kirtan. He said, and he told him afterwards, when he brought him back, he said, don't try to build strength by your austerities. Okay? Build it this way. Okay? Build it by association with devotees, real devotees. Worship with them. Worship with the Lord, and automatically the Lord will grow inside you. Have faith in this, and not in you trying to build power by your faith in good being a good person or a good thing. You will automatically become a decent person by worshiping like that. You don't have to even think about it. Otherwise, you're always thinking about it. Oh, let's see, I got to please God by doing this. Otherwise, you'll always feel guilty if you don't do it. That's the only point I'm trying to say. I'll throw garbage on the floor. I won't feel guilty. Maybe a little if I have that a little attachment to that, but but it's not what's going to deliver us. It's not what's going to really really please the Lord. Pleasing the Lord is just coming into association with these devotees. Even if you left 100 radhanas, I just mean to be dramatic, like Prabodhananda, saying you could leave 100 radhanas and come here, 100 Narayan Rajas, in their austerities and renunciations and their all of that sannyasi type stuff. You can leave 100 of them and come here. Lord will be more pleased with you. Why? Well, you didn't get ecstatic love there. I know. I see, and I'm still waiting for anybody in any of those groups to come and show that you've got the result of following some of these gurus, but nobody does because what we have is very rare. So you'll please more than following 100 of these gurus. So is that offensive to get ecstatic devotion, which is the true pleasure of God? That's why I don't feel guilty even saying it because I know it's true. Some of you have left gurus. Yeah, Shama Sundari left a guru, like and you're not supposed to leave your spiritual master. Well, that's what they say, but that's not the deeper conclusion of Bhagavatam. The wives left their spiritual masters, their Brahmin husbands. Bali Maharaj left his guru, spiritual master, for something better, which is Shuddha Bhakti. That's when you're delivered. If you don't know this, learn this lesson, you're hindered by your inconclusiveness. See, that's why you need conclusiveness that comes from deep ecstatic worship. Those persons understand the heart of the Bhagavatam. These people can't teach it. So the Lord is more pleased because you're more conclusive and you become more ecstatic. Why wouldn't the Lord be more happy with you? You think He wants you to stay always inconclusive and unecstatic? That doesn't even make sense. He wants you to understand Him the best you can and to be as blissful as you can be, as rapturous as you can be, like Him, because that's the way He is. He's very deep knowledge and understanding and very deep ecstatic bliss. That's Him and her. Actually, He's a him, her. So when you put them together, then they feel happy. See, devotion with knowledge. Read on there, River. We still get comments, it looks like.
Okay. So, do you want me to read the recent ones or go back to where I finished?
No, read the recent ones. Read backwards.
Okay. Oh, so from Radhe, she's talking about also leaving a guru. Me too, only to find you, the real deal. She's talking about leaving a guru. Amy Rose, I am a musketeer in this clubhouse for sure. Me too.
See, I mean, people need to see that. They need to see, wow, you mean you guys are examples of doing that? Because they're gurus and people are there saying, no, you're never supposed to leave your guru. Well, if your guru is adverse to what we're doing, adverse to the higher truth, the real truth, well, it just makes sense. It's like if you were following a Pharisee, right? And Jesus comes along. And the Pharisee said, don't go to Jesus, right? I'm your guru, I'm your teacher. Don't go to Jesus. And you go to Jesus, are you going to be benefited more? Yeah, go ahead there, Lolita.
A spiritual master needs to master the spirit. If he doesn't do that, he's not a spiritual master.
Not really. You're still, spiritual master means what it says. And the real spirit is the Lord. Is like, have you developed power over the Lord? But only ecstatic devotees have that power.
Of course, they're going to say you never leave your spiritual master because you give them all your resources, all your time, all your energy. It's just logical they're going to say that. You can do everything. All your wages, half your wages. Of course, they're going to say, don't go to the spiritual master who's ecstatic. No brainer.
They're going to lose their batteries. See, until you self-realize, people are a battery for you. Even if you're a good person, you could see this war here in the world now, practically, the war good and evil. Okay, the good people, they're fighting over the masses. They need them for energy. They're fighting over the masses. The fight is over the mass. Fight is over the batteries. Who can convince the masses? They need their little followers. See, devotee, that's why I say the whole world can leave. You guys can all leave if you want to. Okay, go for it. But still, it's like Jesus. He said everybody left him at a certain point. He says, "Well, God, everybody's gone, and I'm alone, but yet I've got you, Lord." And they was okay. And that's what it comes down to ultimately. All my Elise, but you guys are so transcendental now. It's like you guys have grown up. You know why?
It was funny, but actually, it was really sweet when we were reading that Lord Chaitanya is never destructive, something about the instructions. And later was reading something, and I was relating to it because we transcribed it into books. So you never leave me. I've got so many books of these classes, and when you're reading over these pastimes again, I think, oh yeah, we transcribed that one.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
it's
yeah,
better to know that that's gone out to somebody. And you never leave me. I'll always
yeah,
be there.
yeah.
The new rules, the rules of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah.
Yeah, the new rules. Yeah, and they're simple and they're very powerful. Yeah, yeah. The main thing is purification, which happens like this. Go ahead there, read on.
Amy, I'm a musketeer in this clubhouse for sure. River Yamuna Devidas. I wrote Nityananda Odium instead of Nickelodeon. That's what they have in, what's it called?
Actually, I like that. See, all for one, one for all. See, we're all for Krishna, and that Krishna is for all. See, we're in that club. We're not one for all that way. See, so we're one for the all, which is the Lord, actually. And then the all, the Lord, the true nature of the Lord, see, that's why you need the conclusive understanding, is that all is for us. See, and people they have it backwards in good and evil. Those who ate from the apple tree of good and evil, which is most people, right? And they're still eating that. There is, come on, there's the one, them, for all. They need that all out there. All these people they see in duality, material duality. They need their energy there to get strong. Okay? Devotee is self is another. They realize the real self, the real all. It's much better. There's more power in that. More energy.
And you see the amazing way Chaitanya is working and how everything fits, like lockdown and that, and people being isolated, told they can't fly, especially if they've had a death shot. Stay at home. We can connect in the spirit, and it's all designed for that.
Yeah,
Just living in the spirit, it's moving towards that. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, the spirit is the all. It's is the Lord. It's a part of the Lord. If you don't like this spirit, you don't want this. You basically don't want the true Lord yet. You don't know its value. Yeah. I've had devotees here. They think, "Well, I'm not sure. I want this ecstatic bhakti." Oh well, that's your problem.
every time I see River laughing, I think of Hanuman and all the pastimes of the monkeys stealing the butter. And I think it's so attractive. And Lolita and Johan. And all the devotees, Freddie when he cries and he's laughed those times coming.
Yeah,
Radhe, Amy's work is so beautiful.
yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. People they say, bottom line is we're here to give the transcendental Lord. And if people say, "Well, we don't want that," that's why they end up leaving. It's like, "Oh, we don't consider that of value. We want the rule Lord. We want to be ruled by the rules, the regulation. We don't want that Lord that you have, this ecstatic Lord. We don't believe in that." Oh well, you know. It's just because, look, we become self directed by the Lord in our relationship. I'm here to make you as good as my relationship that I have. And then the Lord does what he does with you. This is what the prophets come to teach people in the world. This is what the real acharyas ultimately want to teach in the world. This is the good news. And but you see, it doesn't always work like that. When the prophets were here, there was a prophet. He was ready to leave the world, and he says, "Okay, you all be blessed." And then you know what the people said? You point a leader over us. And the prophet was thinking, "Oh, my work isn't finished here. You want somebody to rule over you still. See, you don't want to be like me because nobody ruled over a real prophet. Nobody rules. Not no material person can do that. They're not under the jurisdiction of the demigods or the demons. They're worshipped by the demigods and the demons, actually. You don't rule that way. So he felt his work wasn't finished. And so he prayed to the Lord, said, Lord, they want some mundane person to rule over them. They still need some ruler, somebody in a physical body to rule them. And the Lord said, yeah, yeah, you appoint some ruler for them. And this is what's going to happen. This is just what always happens. The ruler will be corrupted because they'll be mundane. See, they weren't brought to this spontaneous, intimate relationship with God, you know. And so these mundane people will be corrupted and they will rule them with an iron fist. It always comes down, they become more and more corrupted and more authoritarian. You know? And so that's what happened. They became under the kings and they became, like um, subjects of corrupt people. Okay? See here, this is the good news. We're here to make you where you have a relationship with God like I do. There's no person now who tell me what to do. I mean, I may follow what they say, but it's all just a joke to me. I follow the acharya. The acharyas are free, and they teach free teachings, the teachings of freedom. I can see that. I live on that now. I'm here to offer that to people, offer freedom to you guys. Yeah. I don't need to tell Lolita or River what to do. Just keep ecstatically worshiping the Lord like you already know. And the Lord gives you all these revelations and realizations. What do you need? Why do you need any mundane or even any person to tell you what to do? Yeah. The Lord Himself is you're deciding on these things between in your relationship with God. Now, isn't that the best deal being offered? One lady was following Narayan Raj for 20 years. After 20 years, and she heard my preaching. I was eating and talking about Lord Chaitanya and great bliss in Goa, on the camera, and she said, "That's really offensive. Are you sure you're pleasing Prabhupada by doing what you do?" I thought, "Oh, you were in the Raghunuga Sangha for 20 years, and this is you're still out of touch with your heart. You can't tell what is to be done or not." Yeah, but she could thought maybe in the mode of goodness you're not supposed to do this. It's like you shouldn't cry in the temple room. Is that really a bad thing? I cry in the temple room all the time. The temple room is right here. What's the difference if I cry in the temple room and I cry in the temple room out there or in the world? Yeah. Isn't it great to wake people up? Read on. What else we got there?
Okay, so I'm going to just go back a little so you understand comment.
Okay.
So Freddie's saying, cut your balls off and become a soprano. Amy is replying to Freddie. I was wondering the same thing. I was thinking maybe the sastras seem contradictory as means to actually help to us really. Okay. I was thinking maybe the sastras seem contradictory as means to actually helping us to really distinguish reality from illusion.
Well,
Like,
yes, the Shastras. Well, go ahead, read on. There's something else he's saying there.
Okay. Like to really realize why deliverance is achieved only through ecstatic, pure, loving devotion, as opposed to any other method that lacks pure
Yeah,
devotion.
yeah. You see, in the Shastras also mentions to purify yourself by fastings and rules and regulations. Okay, there's that level, and also this level. See, but it's a lot of times you see it but don't see it. It takes revelation and realization from the devotee to teach that level. So people look at the Bhagavatam and say, well, you see, it says to do this, this austerity and this way and this rule and follow this thing. So it says that. But it also says the higher teaching, the deeper teaching for those who are ready to hear it, the real Bhagavatam, the conclusive truth of it, is, oh, look, Mars Prikshit, he sat in front of Shukadev Goswami and just heard from him. And in 7 days, he went back to Godhead. Oh, let me follow that path. But people following rules and regulations, you could do all many lifetimes and you still don't go back to Godhead. And that's in the scriptures. But who sees the real way? They see but don't see until it's pointed out by the devotee Bhagavat. And I teach people, hey, follow that path. You can do it now because I see it. You can see it. See, only the Father sees the Son, and the Son sees the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father, the true teachings, the deep teachings, to whom He chooses. So the Lord, if He chooses to deliver you, He'll send you here. And I'll tell you, just be like Mars Brixit, sit in front of these teachings, hear these teachings, hear these truths, and go back to Godhead shortly. So look, this is back. You don't have to die like Mars Prikshit. He lost his body. You don't have to do that. You're in Godhead. You're like him. He was already in Godhead. He was ecstatically worshipped. He developed that the level of fearlessness. He even said overcame his fear. That's how you know you worship the Lord in ecstatic love. You overcome fear. You're not afraid. Oh, lock me down. Don't lock me down. Whatever, man. I'm free. I'm free in the Lord. He even said, hey, man, bite me or don't bite me, snake bird, or whatever magical thing that Brahman created. See, Brahman. Doesn't matter. Just go on singing the glories of the Lord. And I just want to ecstatically listen and everything is cool. That's all I say. Yeah. Yeah, come get a nuclear bomb, go off, whatever. Everybody's a lot of people. Oh, we're afraid. Get prepared. Get prepared. They get their preparation is all prepare your family. Oh, you're still gonna die. Your whole family. You want to get prepared? Come here. This is the real preparation. Get prepared. Become an ecstatic devotee. Let the bomb go off, and you're an ecstatic devotee. Man, you got your spiritual body. Otherwise, not. What is it? Prepare your family. Yeah. Well, let's prepare our family. Let's stock up for food because the nuclear bomb's going to go off, and then it goes off, and then you die in a mundane state of consciousness instead of an ecstatic state like many of you have attained already. Okay? Or you go follow these gurus, get prepared. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go to my mundane guru, my rule and regulation guru. They ain't going to save you, man. You're stocking up on food ain't going to really save you. Save your body for a time. So what? This will save your soul, man. Isn't this what Jesus preached? Same thing. Don't fear those who can kill the body. Fear those who can kill your soul. That's anybody preaching anything different than go to the ecstatic devotees. Go through the narrow gate, man. Be around those who love God. That's all here. Have faith in this path. Develop faith in it. Come here and see that this is more real than anything. More real than following 100 radhanas. All you thousands of persons following those who don't have ecstatic devotion and can't prove it, you still have a material result, and many lifetimes it'll do before you realize what I'm saying. And then from all your fasting and all your lifetimes and all your belief and your rules and regulations, if the Lord hears your call, He'll appear before you as a liberated devotee like a Shukadev Goswami and preach the essential message to you. which this is, for God's sake, and yours, and mine, and everybody's. I love such a message. It's great, enlivening, exciting. Greatest show on earth. You show me a better show. See, we got to show this show, otherwise nobody knows. This will not make history unless the show is on the stage of the world, right? Shakespeare. All the world's a stage. Well, what's being played on the stages, huh? Huh. Well, we got the rules and regulations on the stage. You see the prancing gurus, like the Pharisees prancing around. Wow, what a great show that is. Well, we got a better show, man. Conclusive truth being preached, glorifying ecstatic devotees and ecstatic devotion. The narrow gate, man. The real truth manifested in the temple of a bodies of persons, man. The real way being shown so that people can be directed properly, not misdirected. When this is available, and it is, everything else is a misdirection. Your rule following is a misdirection. If you're following that path and not coming here, that is an action in the mode of ignorance. Isn't there some ignorance in that? You're following rules and regulations when ecstatic devotees are here that are empowered by Lord Chaitanya's potency. That's an action in the mode of ignorance to go there and do all your regulations and everything. Better to come here. And still you can do that when you have some time. If you're still a little attached to your rules or regulations, okay, you can do that a little that, but do a lot of this, man, and be delivered. Get prepared for what's coming down in this world. This is the preparation. Don't believe these people. Well, we got to prepare our bodies, we got to stock up on canned foods and all this to save the body. They save the body and their soul is neglected. Hey, man, save the soul first. Come here first. You can buy food, canned foods. Okay, no problem. But don't, this is how you got to prepare. This is real preparation, man. Because it's here, man. The ability to prepare is here. The tools are here. The procedure is here. Okay? If it's not here, we wouldn't make the way would not make history. It wouldn't even be interesting. It would not be in the Bhagavatam. You need a Prahlad trip, man, that saves people. Hey, you need a Radha and Krishna trip here. You need a Lord Chaitanya trip here. You need a Madhavinda Puri trip here. He brings the Lord. We bring the Lord. Anybody that's a real associate of the Lord brings the transcendental Lord, brings the transcendental teaching, brings the transcendental energy, potency. That's what's important. That's the preparation. Otherwise, you're more or less wasting your time preparing your body and not your real soul, not awakening your soul. If your guru is mundane, that's you're not really preparing your spiritual body because theirs isn't even awakened. No, yes, it is. Well, let's prove it, man. Come on, man. I dare any of you gurus to come over here and prove your spiritual body is awakened. And you won't because it isn't. And you're afraid you're going to lose your batteries out there. See, we have rechargeable battery. One battery is all we need. We recharge our battery, the Lord, the truth, the ecstatic worship. One battery, the Lord and the devotee. That's all you need. You don't have to always, we got to take all the, you know what they do in religion? They take all these batteries, they use them up and throw them away. I was one of those batteries, man. They used it up to make their material motivated religion and desires, make money for them, sell paintings and all. The battery was used up. Oh, no more juice in there. Okay, can I get a bus ticket to go? I got no more life, and I'm all burnt out, man. Oh no, no, this is a throwaway, man. Yeah, yeah, you figure it out, man. You live or die. It doesn't matter to us. Goodbye. And that's Maya, even in religion. Here you just stay charged up, man. We come to sadhu sangha, the battery's on, always full, man. You get a little bit drained, being around these mundane persons, in the world. We come to sadhu sangha, we get charged up again, very easy. Go ahead, read on there. What else we got? What other?
So I'm going back to the recent comments. And Freddie, Dawn, we are rechargeable batteries, battery devotees. Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
we're
were
not
saying,
throwaways. You ever see these? Now that's not. This is the recycling, man. Don't tell me you people know what recycle. Well, you got to know this to recycle. We keep charging the same battery, man. We don't need to draw off, take energy from these people out there. The poor people, they need energy. We take their energy and throw them away. What do you think? This is the Matrix strip or something? What do you think? This is everybody's doing the Matrix. Religion, you ISKCON, you're all living off batteries and you throw them away when they're done. They're used up. So many people done that. The world, same thing. They're you. No, you come here, we'll make you a recharge. We'll make you an ever ready battery. Ever ready. You're ever ready, always ready because you're stay charged. See, Sadhu Sangha, charge up the battery the right way. Glorify the truth, man. Make more rechargeable batteries. We're here to, hey, man, bring your battery over here and we'll recharge it and keep it charged. Go ahead, read on.
Dean Smith is saying, abolish the Vaidhi, third reach.
Yeah. Well, it's if you can understand this teaching, if the Lord lets you. I'm just preaching what Krishna Das. I'm here to preach Chaitanya Lila now. Those conceptions, and that conception, any action, whether it's pious or impious, whether you're piously worshiping the deity that goes against these pure devotional principles like the association of ecstatic devotees. If you say, well, I'm sorry, I can't come to your class because I have to go and worship the deity. Oh, you can't come and associate with ecstatic devotees because you got to go worship the deity. I say you're not really worshiping the deity until you come here because we're worshiping the real deity conclusively and ecstatically, truthfully, on the highest level, on the purified level. So you're worshiping the mode of goodness deity that you don't know. You're worshiping Krishna on the altar in some separational mood, not material separation. You don't know the mood of that deity is saying, go over to those ecstatic devotees, but I don't hear that voice. I'm just going to do what I want to do. See, because I'm doing the direction of the rules and regulations and the Varnashram Dharma, man. See, and the deity said, well, I wish I could tell you, but you are the devotee's telling you, come over there. That's the right teaching. No, no, I'm going to do what I want to do this way. Isn't that basically, I'm going to worship the deity? If the deity had a voice to tell you, say, get the hell over there, man. Go associate with my intimate devotees. So I just tell you what the deity would say if it would speak to you. Ooh, go high, you're saying inconclusive. No, it's very conclusive. Even even Advaitacharya taught that. You can read in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's worshiping the deity like this with the flame, right? And an ecstatic devotee comes to his courtyard, Ishvara Puri. What did he do? He put the right in mid flame, boom, went down and went to associate with the ecstatic devotee and hear from the devotee, talk to him right in the middle of the worship. See, that's the example. See, so until you guys can follow proper direction, because what you're following is not proper direction. It's these directions. This is the will of Lord Chaitanya that you're worshiping. This is the will of Radha and Krishna that you're worshiping. This is the will of God and Christ and everything who you're worshiping is to follow the best and foremost path. The highest truth is what we preach here. That's the will of God. Why? Simply because it's here. Simply because it's ordered. Simply because the Lord knows the welfare of the world and has always the best path. My devotees, the Vaishnavas, the real ones, the ones that have real devotions, and the Vaishnava scriptures are the only path in Kali Yuga. See? But you got to be a real devotee here, ultimately. See, this is the scriptures. The Vaishnavas who know the confidential truth and preach it, the confidential truth of the scriptures, that's it, man. Everything else is external devotion and takes a long time, many lifetimes. Okay? Conclusively, I tell you, see, I got Prabhupada's books now. I can tell you what's in the books, the essence. You can come across, you say, wow, that's really true. Wait to put his flame down. So why aren't you putting your flames down over there and coming over where ecstatic devotees are? Madhavendra Puri and Ishvara Puri, his disciple, were ecstatic devotees. They cried, they laughed, they got drunk on the name, like us. What, you don't want to follow the real truth and be set free? Well, go follow some other version out there. I'm here to preach truth, man, the essence of truth. Go ahead, read on.
Back to the beginning. Gurdam, Shama, Samagori. Yes, 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 dear Guru Maharaj. Dean Smith, I don't know. He's saying, I am a vampus. Vampus. I don't know that word.
Okay.
Vamp. Shama is saying, dear Dean, I'm just jiving, having fun every day and charging my batteries every day.
Who is
And
that? Who said
that's
that?
from Shamagori.
Oh, yeah, Shamaguri.
Amy is saying, here we go. Yes, the world is a vampire meant to drain. Meant to drain. Yeah, I get that. Dean Smith is saying abolish
Well,
Kaddish.
the world, see, the world, basically, see, it's personal. It's the worldly. See, the worldly drain your battery. See, they suck energy from you. See, the worldly. See, worldly minded. See, it takes energy because they're like, you ever see these people, they call them vampires, psychic man, they take your energy. Well, the whole world is they're living off each other's energies. They get strength from that. Just how it is, I saw this funny vampire movie. It was a comedy, It was not a TV series actually. I thought, oh, let me check it out, and it was really funny because they had these two vampires, they were a family of vampires. It's a comedy, and they had one that was part of the family. It was so funny. He was a psychic vampire. He was even the other vampires that sucked blood. They didn't like this guy because they would even he was the only one that had power over them, the psychic vampire. I thought this is really Krishna. This is really it. And so whenever he would come into their association, they thought, oh God, he's going to drink. And they were all, he'd be there and he'd be talking to them and looking at them. And you know how people drain you by their talk. They talk to you like that and they take your energy. And they would go, psychic vampires, energy suckers. See, you got to get those who get the energy from Krishna. It's abundant, and they get energy from speaking about the glories of the Lord, tasting the name of God. Very, see, because you can see it in devotees. Those who have faith in the rules, they get some energy from that, but they're not as juicy as the devotees who they don't have great smiles. You see, they're trying to get energy from that way of worship because that's how it is. We get energy from what we meditate on, what we worship. See, so if you worship mundane persons, the worldly, they end up draining you more or less. And especially of your monies and all that stuff. And usually their courses are very expensive. See, so they drain you. That's Krishna showing you that's really not it, man. Their courses, like a Tony Robbins thing. See, people think they get energy, but what do they get? It's still material. And they got to always, they got to do what we do. See, we charge up with God. They also charge. They got to go to these expensive seminars. They ain't cheap, man. And otherwise their battery goes down. I know. I went to stuff like that. I went to this forum thing, and you get this charge and energy, and you think, wow, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And you say, oh, you want to go back again? And it's material. It doesn't. The changes are not lasting, and they're material. See, this is lasting forever. We're always going to do this too because the world is a reflection of this truth. We're always going to come to the Lord and charge up. That's just the way it is. It's fun. It's nice. It's nice to chant the holy name and the Lord comes and you feel this meeting and then recedes for a minute. Then you call him again and he comes. You do this forever. Narda's always doing it. He's happy. It's like you're always a new. You ever, in relationship, the more you know about the person, the more you bond with them, the more you want to be, but this is even better. There's a lot of edge in the mundane. You do this with persons. And sometimes a really bad relationship, something that gets really, sometimes you bond with these real smucks. They can't really do anything much for you. You get a little happiness there and a lot of misery. Ask some of the devotees here. They know what I'm talking about. Ask us all. We all have that experience. I remember I fell in love once. It was it was amazing. We would walk down. I remember Harbin Hot Springs. I found this really nice lady, and we loved each other. Oh, it was really lots of oxytocins, and we would walk together. Everybody would say, "Wow, they look so empowered and so good and everything." And one day she changed her mind about me. It's like, oh, there's some other guy, thank you very much, slam bam, oh, thank you very much. And I felt miserable, unhappy. I'm sure we got some people who relate to that. Disempowered. It's always disempowered. All that because I was getting energy from the person, see, like that, getting energy that way from and the person, it's a material bodily thing, and subtle and gross. So we're all getting energy. This is the new way. This is the permanent way. That's why you see you get devotees, ecstatic devotees, and get into their association. You're really fortunate because we're doing it the right way. This is the eternal way. The Lord came here to show us this. See, and so we get to practice it. Go ahead there, River.
So I'm just going to read the first one. So Andromeda said that vampire show is called What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah. She knows about this. Oh, Andromeda. You're
Not just a
watching.
pretty face. Shamagori is saying, actually, Rade is replying to Andromeda. I have to see it. Yeah, so you know it now, Rade, the name of the show. Shamagori is saying, I know where I belong to. was just looking a little bit here and a little bit there, but I'm stuck here by the ecstatic vibrations of my amazing guru and his mercy and the mercy he is giving me here every day by hearing and hearing and hearing.
Yeah, 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 one's fortunate too if you're attracted, because all I'm doing is sharing the attraction, what I'm attracted to. And that was kind of different because nobody was really into it much, you know. Um, Nobody could see it, when I came to ISKCON and all that, all it did was recede. There was no history making thing, no mystery. It just became more and more mysterious. I didn't even, I've kind of lost it. Yeah, it was really, because there was nowhere for it to grow. I couldn't grow. You can't grow this garden amongst devotees. As soon as the little tears came when I chanting, I learned real quick. Oh, suppress. Don't worship the Lord. In expression in this world. That's why the acharyas recently suppressed it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Freddie, um, aliens are on the planet for a long time. Who exchange technology for earthly resources with our governments.
Yeah, I mean that's an example. See, the that intelligence is not real. It's crooked intelligence. It's still dependent on others. Just like these aliens, they have maybe high technology, and this is a lesson to the world. These people may have high technology and more advanced, but how do they use it? See, they don't see, like they don't they have this, because I've been studying this, the lizard mentality. It's a domination thing, the survival of the fittest. See, and they think, well, the dominant, that's the world, is worldly. That's the Maya, is survival of the fittest. Well, they're right in that sense. You better be fit to survive in this world, man. See, survival of the fittest, but um, that survival depends on the death of others. See, so this is a new way to survive. See, here it's a thriving thing. See, we thrive here because we know clearly what is the real path, and we're learning more and more. See, clear. What is the clear path? What is the real life? How to actualize it in our lives, and we thrive here. And this is win-win. We don't have to. We survive. Survival of the fittest. You'll see we're the most fit. The demons think they're the most fit by conquering over people, right? Even the demigods, they got to do austerities and renunciations and all this to become stronger than the modes of passion and ignorance, right? But this is the best way of all. Okay? You conquer all the modes of nature. See, Krishna says, hey, transcend all the modes of nature by surrendering to me. See? How do you do that practically? Well, the guru has done that, and they preach that if they're the real guru. See, they preach you how to surrender to the Lord. Matter of fact, their word is the Lord. They speak to you, the word of God. See? They emanate that ecstatic worship, which is Radha, God. She's also God. It's God, him, her, type thing, relationship. See? So that's how you do it. If you think you're surrendering to Krishna directly, you're not really a devotee yet. But when you're delivered, you surrender to the word. See, people say, "Oh, Gaur, I really love you." What do you love? You really love this word coming here. This is what inspires you, right? See, that means that's why you're actually loving Krishna. You love the word because I also love the word. I watch my videos. I watch your videos. When your words are inspired by my Lord, oh man, I love your words. That's why, yeah, like Freddie, Amy's glorification, so beautiful, is coming from my Lord, coming from her love for these words. See? You bring me Brahma, you bring me Radhanath here, you bring me any of those gurus here, and you don't love these words? Anybody then loving your words, or they're bottom feeders, crows? What, you don't love? What, you call yourselves gurus? Not on my watch. Not on Lalita's watch. Not on Johan's watch. Not on Govinda's watch. Not on River's watch. See, we got a lot of watchers here. We're the watchers. Ever see that movie there, Andromeda? Amy? The watchers. They're a special race of beings. They're watching everything. But we don't own. Now that's the Lord. Oh, you think we're just watchers, like the super soul in the heart, watching all this bullshit going on? We're watchers, and we're active participants on the order of the super soul and the parampara. You come over here, well, you can become a participant. We watch and we tell, we talk, we speak. Go ahead there, River.
Okay, so Andromeda is saying here, that show, the one that you was just talking about, reminds me of my blood family. Whoa. Reminds me of my blood family on the earth. A bunch of suckers. Suckers. And Freddie is replying to Andromeda. Vampires can't bear the sun. That's why they operate in the shadows. Rade replying to Andromeda. Oh my God, River Cat's shadow is in danger. River's cat shadow is in danger. Oh, she's talking about my cat. Shamagori is saying, I have done that. I have been there, and now I am here. One from Amy Rose, huge one. I saw this one movie where this really depressed guy had a mother who was one of these inspirational speakers, and she was trying to help him out of his depression, and was like, I don't understand. You used to be so happy. Don't you remember all the things I've taught you? And he said, that's the thing, Mum. Yes, your talks empowered me and gave me hope. But the minute they were over, I was right back in being I was right back in being lost and out on my own. It makes me think how these talks here are enlightening and enlivening in a permanent, truly transformational way, because the knowledge is the transcendental truth, and it is empowered by the true transcendental Lord. Keeping close to this vibration is the only real path and purpose to life, just like it is stated, just like it is stated in the Bhagavatam. Any other occupation aside from this devotional service is completely pointless and empty, keeping you within the threefold miseries.
Yeah, who said that again?
Amy said that.
Yeah, of course. It's true. And this enlivening, you stay enlivened too, because you do this forever. It's not like you finally arrive and you're intelligent. It's just the ever deepening. It's very pleasing to the Lord, and you feel it inside. You really feel it. So it's works really nice. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Wow, yes, so many things. That's what I like about it. See, where do you see that? This is like having a class and people have you realize stuff, man. This is it, man. This is Krishna consciousness. You're realizing things. You know, it's not static. And this is what Krishna consciousness is meant to be. So we have discussion about Krishna and the deepening, and it's very pleasing. You can feel it. Krishna loves this, and we get a new kind of enlightenment. See, a new kind of energy, new kind of life that's kind of rare. You don't see this just anywhere. Yeah. Okay, so why don't we end here a little bit? I got some prescribed duties to do here. Okay, thank you very much. We'll be back. You know, Hare Krishna, everybody.